Hello everybody. It's currently deload week of what cycle is it? Elastic cycle. So the last cycle of the macro cycle. So for those of you who don't know what that means, basically it means that I'm supposed to peak. Basically, I'm supposed to jump the highest around now, after I get some rest, essentially. But the reality is that's not the case right now. So this video has two jump sessions from 2 weeks. This one is outdoor, the other one is indoor at a court that I've never been to. So let's start with this one. On this day, the floor was pretty wet, so I mainly worked on 1 or 2 step approaches. It was quite productive, actually. I did right left a lot, not a lot, but a decent amount. In terms of coordination, it's improving. But one thing I'd like to address is the left right. So left right, my technique has always been a bit flaky. My left right has always been a bit flaky. But yeah, this jump day was really fruitful. I really dialed in my mental focus, and even though I can feel that I'm not jumping as high, I feel that sometimes when you're fatigued or tired, it's easy to fall in the trap of just, okay, I'm just gonna jump and see how it goes, basically. And I can't lie, I do that a lot, but I'm trying to change that because, well, obviously statistically it's impossible to have a good day 100% of the time. That's just not, it doesn't make sense. So what happens when you have a bad day? We gotta do something about it. Not something about it, but we need an approach that will make the most out of the bad days. And I also need to come up with a mental strategy of adapting and dealing with these bad days, because it's happened a lot recently. And it's a bit like, if you play poker, it's a bit like everyone has bad swings in poker. But I think it's quite similar to jumping in the way that it's a long-term game, and I'm trying to remind myself of that. I'm human, I have emotions. Obviously, these get to me sometimes. And you'll see later in the video, I did an indoor jump session, basically today. I'm recording it today. But in that session, I jumped terrible, and I didn't have a good approach. I felt really stuck because I could barely touch rim. I didn't really know what to work on in that case, and there was a lot of new variables in the environment and my body. I feel tired, flat, whatever it is, and it's playing into my mind because my expectation is that I'll jump high, and when the reality is different, it's easy to fall into the trap of, well, must not be working. Like, I was thinking of giving up today, but you know, it's a long-term game, so I don't think I'll give up, but I need to look for a way to adjust my training, because something is not going right. I basically haven't improved for the last, I believe, 6 months. The whole macro cycle, I did not improve. Whereas in the first half a year of training, so I've been training jumping for a year now. First half a year, I basically improved 4 to 5 inches, and it pretty much stayed the same, and it's gone worse now. In terms of technique, because it's winter, I jump less often, and when I do jump, I can't really put everything into it because the floor is often wet. So yeah. So now is the right time to think about how do we approach this? How do I approach this moving forward? But I want to put that aside for a second here. Here I'm practicing a 1-step windmill, and it's really nice because I've always struggled doing windmills on 9 foot. This is 9 foot, by the way. But I was really getting the hang of it, and you can see I make a good one there, right there. That's a good one. I'm very happy about that. Um, yeah. So in terms of my reaction to training, a lot of people say do plyos, do speed work. Yeah, but a lot of people think doing plyometrics make you jump higher. Now, obviously, I'm not an expert, so I'm not sure whether the way I program plyos is. I'm sure it's not perfect, and I'm sure there's so much to learn. Oh, here's the new jump day. Yeah, I'm sure there's so much to learn, but basically, my body doesn't react to plyos that well. I tend to jump lower because it's fatiguing the same system, but then I don't really see any, at least immediate improvements to my jumping. I actually feel very, very flat. But like I said, this is not the whole picture because there's so much to learn about plyos. I'm generally quite competent in programming other areas like lifting or power work, strength work, hypertrophy. Those, well, they're quite simple. They're more accessible. There's more information online, more research, I guess, for explosiveness and stuff like that. Obviously, there's a lot of research on plyos, and I need to sharpen up on those. But plyos is a very delicate thing because there's so many different kinds of plyos, and as a 2-foot jumper, I'm not sure the plyos that I'm choosing are the most efficient and effective for my jumping style, at least. But I had that awareness going into it, so I also don't think that it's half bad. Like, my programming isn't half bad. So in terms of my reaction on the positive side, so what kinds of training have I reacted positively to? Basically, I react very positively to high intensity, so actually not high intensity, but fast movements with relatively heavy load. And that's seen in my previous macros. So I don't know, I might start doing that more, but at the same time, it's also, I don't have enough data. That's what I'm trying to point out. I don't have enough data to make any concrete decisions about my training because I've been training for 1 year. And yeah, right now I just need to keep my eye out, basically. Have my mind open to different solutions and basically keep an eye out, yeah. And the main thing I think right now in this moment, in short term, is to adjust my mental framework, adjust the expectations. Going into training, I thought I'd be able to dunk in 1 year, and I'm closing in on that mark. Actually, I've closed in on that mark recently. I started training in November, and it's currently January the next year. So it's a long-term game. I just gotta remind myself of that. But yeah, as you can see, I didn't jump high in this session. But yeah, thank you for watching.